That's not how that one was supposed to go, folks. The Blues was supposed to be dead and buried, just scraping into the playoffs, going down to Hamilton to take on top of the flipping table Chiefs. And at the death, we get it done with a try to Josh Berry. 20 points to 19. It is the closest of close games. It's a crazy turnaround with the Blues 2 scores behind, knocking off the Chiefs, who were the top qualifier going into these playoffs. They've now lost that top seeding with this loss to the Blues, but they are still alive. The Chiefs will be the lucky loser, which means the Brumbies-Hurricanes match is now suddenly a whole lot more important because whoever loses that one is gone. The Blues will live to fight another week, although they have to go down to Christchurch. But hey, no one was thinking we could win down in Hamilton and got it done. We'll go through some of the key events and the stats, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. Honestly, I thought the Chiefs probably should have had us pretty much dead and buried in that first half. The Chiefs had so much ball. They had so many chances to put the Blues away, but the Blues just kept tackling the absolute house down in that first half. A lot of credit to the Blues defense. They put in a real shift. It was just sets of tackles, get the ball, kick clear. Sets of tackles, Chiefs knock over, knock on, kick clear. Fighting for survival. The Chiefs got an early penalty, which is knockout footy. You know, you take the 3 winners on offer. Perfect start, really, apart from the HIA to Dyer. But he came back anyway. But 3-0 early lead to the Chiefs. It seemed like it's going to be another day at the office for them. The Blues did get one in reply. And then the Chiefs, when they got their second chance to go for a 3, they decided, nah, now we're going for touch. Let's put these Blues away. And fair play, man. They had all the possession. They had all the territory. They should be going for the tries. The tries seemed to be there for the taking. But they couldn't get it done. The Chiefs, at times, I feel like when they review this game, will look back at some key moments with a bit of a kind of critical eye. Like one of them, Samapini Finau, a crazy soft penalty at the breakdown when the Chiefs are hot on attack. Just get out of jail free card for the Blues. And then Ratima knocks it on after Rona with a big old line break. Ratima just needs to gather and finish. Ends up knocking the thing on. That is a try gone a begging. By the time we get to the half an hour mark of like 20 solid minutes of just Chiefs attack, they opt for a 3, which they get to make it 6-3. They needed to get some points on the board for all this attacking pressure they've had on. And then they get another one. And Riccatelli, speaking of kind of brain fades, as bad as Finau's one, he trips DMAC as he's chasing a kick through. It's obvious. And he gets yellow carded for it. And the Chiefs slot the resulting penalty there as well. So they take a 9-3 lead into the sheds. The Blues, unbelievably, despite having no ball and no territory, could have had the lead at halftime when Bodie, a little bit of individual brilliance, dinked one through himself. He could have gathered it, but he kind of tried to grab it and slide over at the same time because it was a bit of a slick surface, but he ended up knocking it on. Would have been a hell of a try, totally against the run of play, but not to be. So we go into the sheds. It's a 6-point Chiefs lead, which is not enough considering they have had 61% possession and 72% territory. They have been all over the Blues. And the Blues have had almost as many turnovers conceded as the Chiefs, despite much less ball. The Blues have, defensively looked solid. They've made 132 tackles at 94%. They've only missed 8. They've been defensively very solid. The Chiefs have only missed 3, but they haven't had to make that many. They've only had to make 42 tackles in the first half. So Chiefs will be disappointed not to have put more on, especially when you consider the fact that they had a yellow card as well, which apart from the 3 points, they didn't manage to get anything from, because the start of the second half is more yellow card period. And if anything, it's the Blues who come out that second period stronger. If anything, it's Narawa winning a penalty at the breakdown, which gets the Chiefs out of jail. So the Chiefs will be disappointed not to have taken more of that. The Blues did opt for the next 3 that they were able to take a shot at, which made it 12-6. The Chiefs got one back to make it 12-6. And then I thought it was game over when Rona scored on 59 minutes. Again, it was the pressure paying off for the Chiefs. It felt like it was coming. Penalty advantage. Ratsima to D-Mac, Tudona. Rico can't make the tackle. I think they were going to score either way, the Chiefs, but it's a well-worked try. It's 19 points to 6. It's a 2-score game. And the Chiefs have been putting the Blues under the pump for quite some period. But the Blues did manage to push back. Again, they had chances with blown tries of their own. Caleb Clark looked to try for all money, but some Benny bloody Finau knocks the ball out of his hands right as he's trying to score. Hell of a try saver from him. Eklund does get one in reply, the closest of close range tries. Looked a wee bit like a dodgy double movement, but hey, they still give it. 19 points to 13 means it is back to a 1-score game. And then D-Mac on 75 minutes with Razor in the crowd watching. He's got a chance to kill the game off when they get a penalty, but he slices the thing wide, which leaves the door open just enough for the Blues to potentially sneak through. It looks like Hoskins Satutu has snuck through when he's able to get a try seemingly with the clock going into the red, but he gets pinged for a double movement. I thought his one didn't look as bad as Eklund's one, but his one's not given. The Blues call for a scrum 5 meters out. It gets free kicked by the Chiefs, so the Blues have to tap it. They go through a couple of phases, and that bloody big, beautiful man, Josh Berry, somehow rides a couple of Chiefs tackles with Blues players at his back, shoves over and one-handed slams the ball down. Bodie slots the conversion. The Blues live to fight another day. 2 tries to 1, 20 points to 19. The territory and possession stats kind of evened out because the Blues had a lot more in the second. Chiefs didn't make enough of that first. There was a lot of kicks, 60 kicks in this game, 30 for each side, which is more than usual, but maybe that is playoff footy. Line breaks was 5-3 to the Chiefs, but couldn't quite make the most in terms of scoring the tries they needed. Both sides tackled in the 90s, so a low try-scoring game, a defensive game with a lot of territorial kicking. Not what you necessarily associate with Super Rugby, but yeah, Blues came out on top with that one. So Tutu busy on the carries. He had 18. Stevenson, 4 defenders beaten, but couldn't quite get any points. Blues live to fight another day against the Crusaders next week. Can they get it done 2 weeks in a row? Is the belief there? Maybe. Chiefs are still alive. We'll see how things go next week. You guys take care of yourselves. Let us know your thoughts on this great Blues win. Or are you a bit disappointed the Blues won? I'm a happy chappy. My dad's a happy chappy. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.